big old tree. I'ma make a way for the pussy. Hit it to me, big old ski. Hey, feet on the bed.
I'll
I
fuck
fuck
him
him
up
up
in
in
the
the
head.
head. Suck it, then look in his eyes.
Cause
Then
I
the
think
next
it's
day I
gonna
might
leave
leave
him
him
on
on red.
red.
Hey, pop it. Daydreaming my hot rocket. He hit my phone with a horse, so I know that me come over and ride it. Shit, I'm on the way. Ride on that dick, I'm like, hey. Usually I like to fuck, but tonight we gon' make love 'cause you pay. Nobody know. I fuck with him on the low. We never show up together, but I text him when I'm ready to go. Hey, I had a couple of shots at the bar. I'm finna play with that dick in the car. I got him swerving and breaking the thong. These when I'm sitting so nobody saw
Who
my
don't freak
nigga
like
like
me?
me. Yeah, what you need like me? Ain't nobody got up on their tiptoes and roll to the tip like me. I got him with all he
How y'all doing? Y'all favorite security guard, Stephanie T. Stewart. And it's so good to be coming to y'all of the land of the living. And guess what? Not of the motherfucking dead. And well, you know what I do? I observe and report the motherfucking news. Well, to that being said, to do this video with y'all, hello, I'm gonna have a drink. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all some for real shit, boy. I swear for God. I'ma pray for this one because I know I'm gonna go to hell for this one. I got edibles. I don't know which one I want to take. Cause you know that's the new shit now. Like fuck weed, edibles, everything. Period, poo. It's Pebble Crunch bar. I don't know. This girl here, like she makes me a lot of shit. She makes me fucking muffin, nigga. I think I'ma do a Village Crunch bar. Y'all, this shit do get you high. Like, do not, I tell y'all, and that new infused weed limb that they got out, girl, we had some, and the whole damn family started tumbling down like a fucking brick. People started backing in the walls, tearing leaves off fucking trees out like they had buns. I said, oh my God, y'all switching the fuck off. Everybody's crumbling before my very fucking eyes. I said, oh shit. Everybody is really breaking down. So, on today, I'm coming to you all to talk about the breakup of me and my ex. We broke up about a year and a half ago. For the subscribers that's been with me for over 2 years, y'all remember my ex being in the videos. Y'all remember us fucking being together, loving, going on trips, going to see IAA, going out of town, shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. This strong edible for this bullshit because I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to over exaggerate the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just deep. That's all the fuck I can say. So you all, picture Sicily, 1942. Okay, back in 2015, I was on the act that all your local gay friends and gay brothers and sisters and cousins be on, called Jack. That is the urban male dateline. And you know, at that time I was optimistic. I was a girl searching for love. I was a girl searching for love. So, be it dismay, I stumbled upon that profile. And me and this guy, we had talked for a while, every once in a while, but we never really met. So we started talking. He's like, well, take my number. Talk to me off this bullshit. I said, cool. Why not? Once I get white, why not? So he gave me his number, started talking offline. He was like, we need to meet. I was like, look, hey Jessica, hello. So he was like, I was like, look, I gotta get my some new tires. I said, you can meet me at the Walmart on M. Eugene Street, Chuck. So he met me at the Walmart on M. Eugene Street. When I seen how good looking he actually was in fucking person, I got fucking shy. So I got shy. I started hiding behind my fucking car. That nigga came the fuck out to my goddamn car and was like, look, hey, I was glad to finally meet you. I was like, oh, it's finally, it's nice to meet you too, future bae. That's what I said. Like, it's nice to meet you too, future bae. So I was talking to the man about my tires. He stood right beside me. I was talking about the business, how much the tires is gonna be. Go ahead and give me the tires. I'm going on about my goddamn business. So I got my tires. He stood with me, talked to me. He said, "You can walk with me in the grocery store. I pick up some groceries." I said, "Sure." So I walked with him. I picked up some groceries. I said, "Oh my God, like he's trying to get to know me on a whole different fucking level." Most niggas ain't worried about no goddamn groceries. I ain't gonna stand with you while you get your fucking tires. They want to get back to the goddamn house and do the bingo bango and fuck you out of every hole you got. So He did that. They told me my car was ready. So we said, let's go in the parking lot. So I got my car, went out in the parking lot, and he grabbed me and kissed me in public. I said, oh, a nice looking man that ain't afraid to show no fucking PDA out in fucking public. So I thought. So after that happened, he was like, I don't really invite nobody to come to my house because I have a child. He had a biological child that was his. He said, but I want you to come by. Because I was getting ready to call him quits for a minute because he had invited me to his house. We've been talking like on the phone for like a week. I said, oh, this nigga's married. He got fucking kids. He got a boyfriend. He got a wife and kids. You know, he's kind of semi-masculine male and shit. All the shit that the gay boys love with a tray. So, I finally went over to his house. You know, he stayed in a two-bedroom apartment. Nice, really nice apartment here, actually, in Greensboro. I was like, oh my god, finally a man. He got his own place, got his own car. You know, he did CNA one-on-one work. You know, he has his own job and everything going on like that. So, as I was at his house and we were talking, I said, tell me more about yourself. I said, we talked on the phone, we've had plenty of great conversation, but what more is it about you? He said, well, he said, I'm gonna let you know. I said, no, tell me your faults and your strengths. He said, my strength is that, you know, I'm loyal. He said, and I'm a good communicator. Not so. He said, but he said, I am a selfish person. See, that's when you be getting all the fucking preview to the fucking movie. And you getting all the motherfucking signs. But that man told me the truth. He said, I'm selfish at times. He said, I like things for myself. That was the first indicator. I said, okay. He said, but he said, you know, I'm working through that. And I said, okay, cool, awesome, awesome, awesome. Sounds like awesome sauce. And we fucked. We fucked on the first time. We went over each other's house. But when we fucked, you know, he was breathing hard and giving me all types of face theatrics. Oh, you know, it was in this bed actually. So, you know, he's giving me everything I fucking wanted, you know. I was like, okay, he a semi freak. He ain't overly freaky, but he a semi freak, you know. I was busting everywhere. He was busting everywhere. It was a great fucking night. Hey. So, after that, we would go to each other's house like every other day. It wasn't on every day because I didn't want to seem clingy, you know. So I started as I went over his house even more. I noticed that him and his son, they really didn't speak that much to each other. So I was like, look, I said, can I ask you a personal question? I said, why when I be in the house with you and your son, y'all say hey, but y'all really don't have that much conversation with each other. Now I told y'all the first one is when he told me that he was a semi-selfish person. He liked things only for himself. He said, well, me and my son, we don't have the best history, but I love my son. And he said, you know, some things happened back in Cleveland. He said, that's part of the reason why we moved here to Greensboro, North Carolina. I said, okay. You know, but he had custody of his son because the boys, you know, his son's mother had passed a couple of years ago. So he had custody, but I could tell that they didn't quite get along that well. And you know, I ain't used to seeing shit like that because no matter how the fuck we felt about our parents here in North Carolina, me and him have discussed cultural and different state differences. My mama didn't allow us to sit around in the house and not talk to each other and pout, not talk to her and shit. You know, we had to communicate whether we fucking wanted to or not, which makes me an okay communicator. So he said, well, I said, no, let me ask you a question. I was like, do you feel a certain way about your son because his son's is gay as well? Now, peep that out. He said, but I said, with your son being gay, do you feel like y'all relationship may be kind of strained because he's not the same type of gay person that you are? He said, to a certain degree, he said yes. He said, even though I didn't raise my son in the earlier parts of years of his life, he said, I just really wanted a child that I could raise myself. I said, what are some good things about your child? Because, you know, he would tell me things about, you know, his son do this, his son do that, you know, his son get on his nerves, stuff like that. You know, he was always kind of like nitpickish about his son. He never really, I said, tell me some good things about your son. You know, because I'm a person, I'm like a woman. I want to motivate men to do the right thing. My mistake. So, but all my efforts didn't fucking go in vain, y'all. So, I said, he said, well, my son is really smart. because he's actually really smarter than me. That was what attracted me to my ex, because I like brainy guys. I never really been part of the thuggish ruggish trade coalition. I really do like men that are really overly computer smart, because I'm not. So, but I've learned to be though through dating him. But I really like guys that are really brainy and kind of halfway geeks. If that makes sense. I like them kind of men, no shade. So with glasses and shit, I like that. So he was like, "Yeah, my son is very smart," and he said, he's really smart. He catches on really fast. He's like almost like a genius type of child. I said, that is something to really be proud of, Chuck. I said, when people talk to you about your son, you would always let people know that your son has a high GPA and he's very smart and shit like that. So it was in our relationship. Everything was going good for the first year. We weren't really the arguing couple, like but and I would tell you this now. I'm a drinker, as y'all know. I got a drink in my hand. My ex was a smoker. He liked to smoke, so he smoked his little weed. He didn't smoke no cigarettes. We was cool and kind, dandy, stuff like that. So his son was getting ready to go off to college, one city over from us, called Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So during that whole time, he was preparing. I didn't know that the son was about to, I guess, get off the mother's, and children get a monthly check sometime when their parents died, and I guess that's what Chuck was getting in. Because I noticed that my ex, while he worked on his job, he would lay out of work sometimes. But they would never find him. He would, like, if he didn't still feel like going to work, he wouldn't fucking go to work. But I didn't think nothing about it. And I'm tell you what got me with my ex. Well, I really decided to go with him, and it was a day after my birthday. When I went to my birthday, he paid for everybody food, just almost, and we went to hookah. He paid for everybody hookah, and I said, a good-looking man that don't mind paying for a motherfucking thing. That's what got my ass right there. And to let y'all know that my ex is like 4 years older than me. I like older, good-looking men. Like, that's my niche. I always been that way. The first man I was with, he was 30-some years old, and I was 23. So I like older men. So I said, oh my God, a man that ain't scared to spend that cash, make that shit real fast, make it splash, goddamn. Hello, I'm with the shit fall apart in between. So, he had credit cards, his bills was paid, he seemed financially responsible to me at the time. So I noticed that the time was winding down. His son was approaching graduation, and he said, well, "Babe, I'm about to move out of this apartment. This apartment is really high." He had transitioned from working at the little one-on-one place, and they didn't really pay no money. But I guess with him doing the one-on-one care and working as he pleased, plus the check he got for him, kind of gave him a life he could kind of do what he kind of fucking wanted to do. And I think he had become accustomed to that for like 4 or 5 years. I think he was been raising that child since he was about 12 years old or 14 when the mama had passed away. So, he could kind of afford to lay out of work. Looking back, he could afford to lay out of work and, kind of do what the fuck he wanted to do. So, because he wasn't a big shop, he wasn't an overspender. So he like had money like just sitting around. So he had got a job at United Healthcare because he knew he couldn't afford to stay in that apartment with how much their rent was, and his son check was. See, Chuck, he was a very strategic type of person. So he knew his son had a partly scholarship to go to Winston-Salem State. But the thing I noticed that when he was getting ready to move, I said, "What your son gonna do with his stuff?" He said, "Well, I told my son he needed to go take care of that, or he needed to go move his stuff on the day when I called the movers over to move my stuff. I would have moved his." He said, "My mom and them gonna figure that out." And I was looking like, "Well, damn, that's your son. Like, you ain't gonna help your son move, to college?" And he was like, "Well, I told him I would help. Let me know ahead of time. Don't let me do the stuff last minute." Right then I was watching him. I was like, I don't know about this shit, because your son first year at college, and I asked him, I said, "Would you talk to your son about life since you gay and he gay?" He was like, "Yeah, I've talked to him before, but we had a good conversation one day, and I told him, everything to go look out for." But I think what my ex thing was, he thought you tell a child something once, that's all you had to talk to a child was one time. No, I was a bad child. My ex wasn't. Not really. I was a bad child. My mom didn't talk to me day in and day out, cussed my ass out, but I had to fucking fight me to get me to understand the fucking truth about what the fuck life was, and I did after a while. So, the mama, so now I said, "Chuck, well, you can go call in to go help move your son to college." He said, "No, I'm not sitting up there taking off from work to go help him." Now I'm looking back when he told me he was selfish and he liked stuff for himself. Then he said, see, that's them all sides right there when you fucking with somebody. He said, I'm not gonna do it. I'm still in training, which was true. He said, and I'm not going to call out for work to help him, but you called out of work a whole lot when you was working on your other job, and you had called out times while you was in training. So I couldn't figure out why you can't help your son move his shit to Winston-Salem State. You gonna let your mama and your sister do it, but that's your child. So right then I was looking like, this shit ain't looking good. So I was just dismay of belief that somebody really would do that to their child. And the mama and then was like the boy sold he sold his fucking bedroom set. He did all that shit. Cause the boys he sold all the shit. The mom and sister helped move them down there. And we had moved my ex stuff over to a new apartment. And I was like looking at weeks go past and months go past. And I was like, have you heard from your son? He was like, yeah. He's like, he really don't talk to me, but whenever he need cash app, I send him money. And I'm looking like, ain't no telling what that child going through. Ain't no telling who he meeting or what his life is going like. And you ain't even talking to him because they had history dating to Cleveland when they stayed in Cleveland. Like they really didn't get along that well. Which and then my thing is this: they went months without talking to each other. But with my ex, he was able to go months without talking to his mom. Him and his mama didn't get along, and one of his sisters didn't get along. Then he got mad at all the sisters and his mom. And one thing Ayana tells us black niggas is when people are in bad relationship with their children, their mother or their father or their siblings, that's the A thing to watch out for. He had issue with D all in the fuck above. But yet we didn't argue in our relationship. We didn't have no relationship. We argued and fight all the time. So I was paying attention to all that. I'm like, well, dang, Ayana always said when people are in bad relationship with one or the other, those are signs he don't got a good relationship really with none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they go months without talking. And he's even told me they've been years without talking. I'm like, God damn. Like, and what I was thinking in the inside of me, being the black woman that I am in the inside, I said, well, damn, if he can go years without, or months without talking to his mama, he can go months without talking to his son, he could sit in the house and alienate me and not even fucking talk to me if he had an attitude with me. So I'm looking like, Stephanie, like, this is what the fuck you gonna have to deal with. But it ain't came your turn yet. That's all I kept on thinking the whole time we get. Like, when is it gonna be my turn? When is it gonna be my turn for this motherfucker to be mad at me and not like me and not fucking talk to me and alienate me in the own fucking house? So, our first problem was. No, let me back this up. No, our first problem was. Yeah, I'm like sure I do things in the fucking train line of fucking this is about a year after we had been together. It was what holiday was that? New Year's. It was one New Year's. I decided I wanted to go down to the fucking Q Lounge to the fucking Party Hardy Gay Bar in Greensboro, right downtown. Rainbows and every goddamn thing. So my aunt had cooked. He loved, and to let y'all know, Chuck had a good relationship with my mother, especially with my dad's sister. Like people loved him. You know what I'm saying? He was a likable guy. He because he was a introvert, he can't communicate and talk and network for too long. There's gonna come a breaking point where he's gonna stop talking after a while. And he may pick back up maybe an hour or two later. He's not a talker all the way to fuck through. So, but he's very cordial and he has great perception manners, if that makes sense. Perception manners. Perception manners is when you have a little line that you go through when you talk to people, like you have a steady flow, but you train in doing that. But it's not really how you really feel because you can really do not talk to nobody at all. And that's why I say he had good perception manners, which can make you likable. So, my ex was not a drinker. He was a smoker, like I said. I'm the one that always do the last call for alcohol. Hey, nigga. Of the sipping seat. So, I can drink from 12 to 12. No lie. And I tell anybody that want to hang with me, chill with me, go with me, fuck with me, do not try to hang with me. I am a third generation alcoholic. Baby, I can drink all damn day and all damn night and day for the rest of my days. So, He drinking, taking shots of Crown, taking shots of vodka, Bombay Gin. Now, I mix my alcohol because I'm a true drinker. I don't really believe in all that, shit like fucks with your mind. I can drink everything. So my aunt had made a crab boil. She did crab legs, potatoes, potato salad, oyster dressing. Everything's wonderful. So I said, Chuck, he was like, what you want to do, babe? I said, I really would like to go to Q Lounge. And he told me in the car, he was like, look, I just want to let you know this. I said, I talked to your aunt about this. He said, and you are everything I've ever wanted in a man. He said, not only do I love you, but I've actually had the time to fall in love with you. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my man. That's how I felt, girl. I was like, oh my God, this is my man. Well, so we can stand. We need pots and pans and every goddamn thing. So this is the best. Thank you, babe. I'm the man you always wanted to be with. I said, oh, thank you, boo. I said, you are too. So we went to Q Lounge, y'all. To let you know, everybody in the club was speaking to me. Hey, Stephen, how you been? Because niggas hadn't seen me. Because I ain't gonna lie, before I met my ex, I was talking delicious. I ain't doing no dishes. But I did them niggas. So everybody was, hey, how you doing? And since I have great manners in general, I'm very hospitable. I introduced my ex to everybody that was shaking my hand, hugging me, kissing me, loving on me. I made sure the shit wasn't too fucking excessive and too affectionate. I let everybody know this is my boyfriend. When they come, hey, how you doing? Hey, this is my boyfriend right here. Act like I ain't never had nobody. This is my boyfriend. How you doing? Yeah, this is my boyfriend. Every time, this is my boyfriend. I'm sure everybody know who this motherfucker is. I want no problems. So, had a great night. It's getting towards the end of the night. And let y'all know this. My ex was not a real big dancer. I'm a dancer. So I would dance with him a little bit. I would dance with the lesbians. Our thing was this. We do not dance with other guys. We can dance with girls up in the club. Right, that was our fucking agreement. Don't let no nigga buy you no drink. Don't let no nigga buy me no drink. Whatever drinks we want, we can afford. Cause I don't like that type of shit. Like when niggas be letting other niggas buy them drinks and he would try and trick them into buying their boyfriend a drink. That's ghetto project shit that I don't like. So we had that established a long goddamn time ago when people used to write and sew. So we had that fucking clear, like clearance, clear, going forward. So last call for alcohol. Club getting ready to close in like 30 minutes. A guy came up to me and hugged me. But he hugged me so fast, he walked right out the door. Next thing you know, my ex, he go sit down in the corner. Stop talking, stop smiling. I said, oh, God. I just felt that he was upset about that one particular guy hugging me. Probably because my ex thought he was cute, too. Those are things that guys are just not going to quite say and convey and communicate with. He was mad because the guy boy was highly attractive. He probably felt something in his spirit that me and the guy had messed around. So, in the past, of course. So, he stopped talking. So I came over there. I said, are you okay, Chuck? He was like, no. I said, you want to go? He said. So we got in the car. He rolling eyes. My ex is a true woman when it comes down to her attitude. He's the true girl, honey. I was the man when it came to like I'm not really emotional like that in relationships. He was more emotional than I was. He got more of an attitude than me. So he was in the car turning up my fucking music up in my truck, not talking. So, let y'all know this. My ex was on leave from his job because during the course of us dating, he got diagnosed with PTSD. And he had been out of work for a while. So I hadn't told nobody, for one thing. So he was drunk and high that night. He smoked and he drank. And I don't know if he slipped up and told my mom or slipped up and told my best friend about him being, on temporary leave or something like that. So on the way home, I said, are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? He was like, motherfucker just getting up here, hugging you up in the club. How do I know what's going on? You ain't said nothing to me. I said, well, in the club atmosphere where there's lots of music and it's turned up loud, I didn't really think. I mean, he hugged me. I said, I didn't think the guy was going to hug me, Chuck. I was like, he just hugged me so fast. He walked right out the door. I couldn't introduce you because he walked out the door so fast. I said, you was on the other side of the room. So he turned the music back up. Don't want to talk. Drunk and hiding the Cooter Brown. I was looking like, oh my God, this is going to get on my nerves. So we almost get to the apartment. He said, look, I don't appreciate you telling your mama and your best friend my business. I said, what you talking about, Chuck? He was like, you telling them I got, I'm on temporary. I said, I ain't never tell them no shit like that, first of all. I was like, and even me being as drunk and as inebriated as I was, I said, well, you want to talk about this tomorrow when we kind of like sobered up and we ain't got like this type of edge on us. He was like, no, you don't fucking understand. He was like, don't be telling your best friend, your mama, my fucking business. I turned that fucking music down because that's when I had lost it. I said, motherfucker, you got a goddamn problem. I said, oh, come here with me, that goddamn bullshit. I see you do that retarded ass shit. You want to go the fuck off because you got a motherfucking problem and a fucking personality disorder. I said, make it the fuck out of my goddamn car with this bull. The guy got so scared, y'all. I scared. I never talk like that to him. See, that's what's in me. See, my ex, he not a true hellraiser, not quite how I was raised. I was raised with a dad that was on drugs that would wake up in the morning and break out windows and shit and try to fight everybody in the goddamn house. And praise God, I didn't bring that shit to my relationship. That's something that I wish he would always be blessed. That I didn't bring none of that bullshit, that fighting and cussing out shit in my relationship. Because I could have easily. So, I done scared the boy so bad, he done hopped out the car when the car was moving. And I stopped the motherfucker. Because I don't know if he thought he could walk on water like Jesus and Moses, but that motherfucker hopped out that goddamn car. I heard him tuckle on the ground. I said, I did not hit this nigga. I said, I already got a felony. I said, oh, I got to go because I'm not going to be here at the murder scene. I said, I'm not going to fuck the jail. Not today. I said, I seen him get back up. He walked like he was going in the apartment. The fuck I left. I said, oh, hell, I'm going back to my goddamn house. I said, because they will never give me fucking murder. Hurting this motherfucker. So, I went back home. I went to sleep. So I woke up the next day. I went to work. He texted me. He said, babe, can you please come back over? I said, I'll come over when I get off. So I came back over. When I came to the door, he crying. Monday, he went away. Tuesday, he played again. Thursday, something, things wasn't the same. So he hugging me, kissing me. I'm hugging him too. He was like, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay. I said, but for future references, let's not get into these type of issues where we can't communicate. I said, I'm sorry too for screaming at you and scaring you the way I did. I said, but Chuck, I cannot be talking to people and arguing with people when I be high and inebriated. I said, we can talk about shit like this when we're not drinking. Okay? Let's let that be the lead for success. So that was over. We never had no issues with that. So he was out of work total about almost 2 months on FMLA. So I told him, I said, he said, well, baby, I'm about to start back work. He's like, he was getting on this, he got to put him on medication. They had him sedated on medication. What the medication they had him on, he didn't act like a zombie, nothing like that. But through counseling and the medication, and United Healthcare, he got a job there. That's an insurance company. So he had like the best of benefits there were to have. And I know it's a difference in him. He was a little bit more on the friendly side. He wasn't as irritable. He was communicating better. I said, oh my God, like this man is making strides. He getting ready to go back to work. We about to be having a house and get married next year. See, that's that heterosexual normalcy shit you have to get your mind out of, but that's how I was feeling at the time. So I think the end this nigga gonna have a damn wedding, see a tripping tree, a kids, a house, picket fence, dog. So he went back to work. I came home from work. He said, baby, I couldn't do it. He said, my anxiety got so bad when I went back to work that they just told me to leave because when he gets with a lot of anxiety, he starts sweating profusely, like he a preacher. You know ready to do something. It's not funny. I'm not making fun of mental illness, but y'all know I have to joke about shit like this because I wasn't used to none of this shit. I had a father that was bipolar, but my father never really took medication, so I'm used to motherfuckers acting erratic. So, you know, he went back to work. He said they told him to take some more time off. And to let you all know, he initially got diagnosed with PTSD because one day he was in a training session, and one of the young ladies that was in his training class was in his when he had to do his exam. Everybody had to do an example call in front of everybody, right? So when he had to do his example call, I guess he might have been saying some wrong terminologies or getting something wrong within the mix of him doing it. And the girl was like, you're doing it wrong. She just kept on correcting him. He was like, can you please stop? One thing about my ex, he didn't like being corrected by people. He did not like, hello, Reese Pieces. He did not, Reese's Pisces 69. He did not like being Even constructive criticism, he didn't take well. Like to criticize him, you have to pat him on his back and say, "Baby, I love you, but I'm just telling you this. I want to have a conversation with you and just really have some dialogue with you. See, we can." That's how you have to talk to him. If you tell him, well, this and this is what you're doing wrong. If I can, he gets offended. But I think my ex whole issue was, and we talked about this that day when he told me he got laid back off. So we went back over the whole situation, how the girl said what she said to him. And, by me living a semi-hard life emotionally and having more of a tough skin, people don't call me everything but a child of God. I never seen nobody have a meltdown over something that small, over somebody correcting you during a training class. I mean, it brought his whole world down, y'all. Like the man couldn't function. He was sleeping, over medicating himself with marijuana and the fucking the other shit, the fucking marijuana and the fucking prescription drugs, and it just really took him down up and through the river. So by me being younger, it was a lot on me to have to deal with that bullshit. I'm telling you, it was a lot. It was stressing me out because I'm looking like, damn, like, but his income was still coming in. They was still paying him for his FMLA. He had no financial issues yet. Okay. So I said, well, what is the issue, Chuck? If you don't mind talking to me, I said, what is the issue that you have so far as with people correcting you and with you're not able at the end of the day, it was on example. He does not work well with others. He don't work well with others. He don't play on the playground with everybody. He's not really a team player. You know what I'm saying? Is what my consensus and my conclusion was in the end. I said, let me ask you this question. I said, you told me about people picked on you real bad in school because you used to have buck teeth and you was real skinny. He got braces to correct his teeth and he grew into himself, as guys do as they get older. I said, I said, didn't kids really affect you really badly by picking on you as a child? I got picked on too. And when I said that, y'all, the man just started crying profusely. I said, he got some serious things going on. Like, that's when I started taking mental health. I said, oh, this is something serious. Like, he's really affected by his childhood. Like, I'm like, oh, Lord. Like, I ain't even got help for my problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? But through that, not being educated on mental illness, but educating myself, being kind-hearted and being sympathetic, I coached this man through all this shit. I rubbed his back. I told him, baby, everything gonna be okay. I really, people don't realize what you really want to say is, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Man, the fuck up. Damn. You let that girl say that shit, you get you all fucked up like that. Fuck her and her mother too. Smack the hoe. Tell her fuck her world. That's what, the projects really want to go do. And the hood really want to do, part of me. But I said, let me extend myself outside my comfort zone and be sympathetic and empathetic. And rub his back and tell him, baby, I'm with you. That's what I did. Shit. That nigga don't know. There's a lot of times I wanted to cuss his motherfucking ass out about that shit, man. So I'm trying to be the best boyfriend I know how to be. Ain't never been taught shit. The gays, we don't really have a fair shot at relationships because our parents don't really. For one thing, can't no woman raise no man, and can't no woman damn sure can't raise no gay man at that. Because for one thing, the reason why gay, and I'm not gonna get off topic, the reason why gay guys have a lot of female friends is because men are naturally molded to be suitors with women, whether you gay or straight. It's like it's an inevitable thing. So far as with guys having a lot of female friends that's gay, or guys you are taught and molded to be partnered with a woman. What I respect about these new millennial parents, I'm gonna get back on topic, is that they come ask me. I had 2 or 3 parents to ask me, Steph, I think my child is gay. What should I do? And they're actually doing outreach, and I think it's important because it ain't through no fault of our parents, because they, especially my age group. I'm 35. Even the ones that's 33, I'm gonna say 33 and under. No, I'm gonna say 20 and under. Is what the fuck I'm gonna say. Your parents don't put you in positions and do outreach and try to find resources to help you if you turn out gay. For one thing, it's a lot goes into that. You don't really know what kind of man to pick. You can't go on your mom and your grandma because there's a lot of single mothers around and nobody never seen somebody love their mama, for one thing. So gay men, it seems like the effects are more traumatic and it's more of a harder blow when it comes to gay men having social challenges with one another because we're not taught and molded to be partnered with each other. That's why I say about these millennial parents, because they're actually trying to put their children in positions to be taught some shit. And back on it. So, he had his little issue with that. So then he was out of work another month. He had a date he was supposed to go back to work. Okay, that date I didn't know that because I didn't really know which day it was anyway. I said, Chuck, you better call them people down in United Healthcare. I said because they gonna end up trying to fire you. This is a work at will state. Hello, how you doing, my Denise? Oh, thank you, boo. You my sweetie pie too. So I said, Chuck, I know these jobs. This is not Ohio. This ain't Cleveland. This is North Carolina. This is work at will state. And they will fire your ass for looking at doing the fucking wrong way. So I said, if you, I said, I'm telling you what, go down there and talk to people in HR. Tell them that you are coming back to work, that you missed your date. You were supposed to come back. Because I think he came back like 2 days later after his supposed to date. When I got there, because I worked third shift, when I got to the apartment that night, he said, babe, they fired me. I said, yep. I said, I seen it coming. I do that's good. Because for one thing, he had just finished his training, which was 90 days. Okay. He had just got out on the floor. He hadn't been there enough time to have that many issues like he was having and having that much going on so soon. You know, and I from a human resource point of view, I seen why they terminated him. You know what I'm saying? So he got terminated. The second year is when the financial shit started to hit. So I didn't know he wasn't making his car payment. I didn't know he wasn't even making his apartment payment like that. But yeah, he still was buying weed and shit like that. So I thought, he was okay. So praise God, he got a job at BB&T customer service 2 weeks later. So I came in one day. He said, "Babe, guess what?" I said, "Well," he said, "I got a job at BB&T." He said, actually making 15 cents more than I did United Healthcare. I said, "Oh God, it's a blessing. Thank you, guys." So look, it's gonna be for us after all. I said, "Oh, it's still hope. It's hope. Yes, it's hope for us." Shit. So during that time, he got the job at BB&T. He came home one day and he was like, look, he was like, babe, he's like, all right, he said, the job is cool. He said, I really don't like it that much. He's like, everybody there act like robots. And, I guess he had an issue with living a robot type of life. My ex did not like structured environments. We had to do his job and be mandated to a desk. I've never liked those type of jobs. That's why I never had them. But I always make sure I had a job in what I wanted to have a job in. That's being your favorite security guard. Hello. So he got that job. One day he was somebody telling me during this training he was sick one day. I said, ain't she only sick one day. Came home maybe about 2 weeks later. One night he said, I said, why you over here quiet and looking? He's like, I got fired. I said, damn. Y'all, I couldn't do nothing but go outside, had me a double Bombay gin with pineapple juice with a splash of grenadine with cherry and a lime. And I didn't say nothing for like an hour. I played my music outside on the porch, looked around at everybody because I was not in the mood to talk. Because everybody was shit that my daddy would do. Really is what it did. I unconsciously found my father. That's how people have unconscious attraction patterns. So I'm looking like, damn, like, had a good job. Praise God, got a second job. Good one to pay more money. You done got fired from two jobs. Two good jobs. Because the jobs because he was so smart, he passed a lot of tests easy. He used to take tests from me. He's easy at passing tests. He's a smart guy. His integrity and his motivation is compromised. So I went there, washed dishes, got on the couch. He wanted to hug all up on me and lay on me because he's feeling sad and depressed. And I'm looking like, girl, this ain't it. Me being a black woman that I am, I said, how can I uplift this man? How can I help him to stand and hold his head up high? I said, let him let's see if I can get him a job at my old job I used to work at. I told you I've done security my whole life. I worked for several security companies in Greensboro. I worked for Bennett College, and I have two security jobs right now. I like security. It's an easy job to pay. You got two security jobs paying halfway decent money. You got you a good salary coming in every fucking 2 weeks in a month. So I got him a job doing security. The first 2 or 3 days, I think he wasn't coming in on time. So the owner called me and was like, "Look, Stephen, he was an old white man, old Jewish white man, Stephen. Yeah, you got this guy named Chuck here, and Yeah, he's came in late 2 nights in a row on training, and I just don't know. What about this guy? Do you want to vouch for him? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I got a company to run. I said, well, his son's been real sick. I had to make up something, y'all. I said, his son has been real sick. I said, let me get with him and see what's going on. I said, but he's a really hard worker. I said he really said he enjoyed working with you all. He really loves the job. He really love. I'm making up all type of lies for the nigga. So I get over to the apartment. I said, Chuck, I'm gonna talk to you about something. I said, I got your job working with Joe and Memphis Security Company, paying $12 to $13 an hour. That's good for North Carolina for a security job. With not being armed, that's real good. So he was like, no, he said, it wasn't that I was late. He said, I was riding around trying to find the guy that was supposed to train me. He said, I couldn't even find him. And that about made sense one of them nights. Because I know how Joe's security company works. Sometimes he'll tell you to meet up with somebody. That might not be where they're supposed to be. But I believe Joe too. I believe that Chuck was kind of late one or two of them nights too. Because I know how he is. So I said, look, you need to pay your bills. You said you was open to doing security. You need to work this goddamn job. For real, man. I said, because I'm trying to help you the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? So he got on that job, was working it. He complained. Cause my ex, he was a complainer, kind of borderline bitchy and shit. So he always complained. I ain't never paying no mind, child. So the job was cool, shit like that. His car got repossessed. One day I was sitting there. Oh, I came in there one day. I went up to the car, so they came and took it. I said, so your car got behind too? He's like, yeah, baby. He's like, I didn't want that car anyway. But you're a person that can drive. You have doctor's appointments. You have shit that you need to handle. You a person that need a car. Cause I would never see my ex see him being a person ride the bus. So he was like, well, babe, I'm not gonna worry about it. He was like, I'm not gonna get myself stressed out about it. I'll get another car in due time. I said, okay, Joe. Whatever you say, we make it work. Then I found out one day he told me, maybe 2 weeks later after that, he was like, babe, he had like a letter that the office and saying about to put his ass out. I said, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? Like that, ain't you getting money from Joe? He was like, yeah, babe. He said, I'm really behind. I'm trying to play catch up. Let you know that man never asked for no money until then. He didn't ask for none then. I think he was gonna get put out. I asked his sister for it. So I said, look, I'm gonna give you this money because you are my boyfriend and I'll be here basically living here too. I said, just take the money, man. Just take the money. I said, don't worry about paying it back. Just take it. So I gave him like $600. His sister gave him a couple of hundred, and he didn't get put the fuck out. And that did bring him up to part where he didn't have that issue again. You know what I'm saying? I just gave it to him. I said, just take the money, man. Just go ahead and do what you got to go do. But he was always coming short up on his internet, coming up short up on his cell phone bill. And then it started becoming a thing where I always had to constantly help him out, but he was constantly paying me back. But he still wasn't catching the fuck up because he always had to pay back. But yet he was still buying weed. He was still buying shit on Amazon. And I'm looking like, well, damn. As much as I do for you, motherfucker, if you buying anybody something on Amazon Prime under my account, you need to buy me something. I'm keeping you from getting put out your fucking apartment. I got you a job. Like, I'm having to do all this shit. Like, and my thing is just to do all that and for you to act like sex is a chore. But one thing I'm gonna let y'all know, I did not have a lot of gay sex in my 20s because I didn't understand what I was doing. I don't think I became sexually comfortable till 30 years old. To actually knew what I was doing as far as fucking wise. I would tell you this. I'm not the freakiest, but I'm a great sex partner because I'm affectionate and I make a lot of sounds and I talk during sex and I grab and I have strong hands. So most guys, and I have curve to the right and not to the left. How about that here? How about that shit for y'all ass? I curve to the right, motherfucker, not to the left. Think it out. So, the sex, he never was an overly freaky man. Like I told y'all, I don't want no overly freaky man. Because I know if I'm with somebody whose sex is great and they're very freaky, that's a motherfucker that's been a hoe, used to be in a hoe. And that still might be in their day-to-day behavior. They might just be hiding it from me. So during, of course, our relationship with the sex wise is concerned, it started off with him trying to, that's the thing, he was trying to game me, trying to get me, trying to act like he was freaky, that he was a man. And he was all those things in the beginning. As you know, people show their good representative at first. But then the sex just was not great no more. And he was versatile. I'm a top. I said, look, do you gonna have issue with this whole thing of me being on top, you being versatile? He said, no, it didn't matter to him. We tried to try, he did penetrate me. It didn't go all the way in because my ex was blessed. And that's a mean stick. But we did it. He decided he just wanted to be a bomb in a relationship. I said, oh, cool. I said, do you want to do an open relationship? He said, no. We got that coming. I said, I didn't want one either. So we both just established we didn't want an open relationship. He was cool with being a bomb. I said, are you positive? I like to get shit like that worked out in the beginning. If that's what you want to do, because I don't want nobody to say I tried to make them do shit, or I tried to make them feel bad and they wasn't happy and shit like that. So he decided to be a bottom. But during the course of our relationship, y'all, I'm telling y'all what I would find. I would come in the house sometime. My ex wasn't a drinker. But I would find the lube being used up. Like, it was like, it would be full, because we were using it, it would be halfway full. And I'm like, nigga, like, I know you ain't jacking off that fucking much in my head. And he not a big drinker. And I always kept alcohol stocked in the house. I was wondering why sometimes I'll buy a whole bottle of Parmesan and they have, but I'm not a person to go back behind you and look a whole bunch, especially if it ain't strong in my face. I feel like everybody should be able to have a little free life every now and again. It's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Long as there ain't no bullshit going on. But I was noticing that shit while we was together. The lube would get used to fuck up sometime quicker than what it should be. The poppers would get used up quicker than it should be. And the alcohol would sometimes be wasn't accounted for in the bottle. I'm like, was somebody to fuck over here? And one time I seen a handprint on the wall above the bed. It looked like somebody had some lube on their hand and they did like something like. But I ain't never tripped. See, I granted my ex grace that he didn't grant me. Like, I had to be patient through a lot of bullshit. So going through all the shit to go through with him, there were times where I did flirt with other people and I should not have. And the first time the shit happened was he caught some text messages between me and somebody. And he was like, yeah, I've been through your tablet. He was like, who is this guy? What was that nigga name? What was that motherfucker name? That nigga named Devon. Test named Devontae. He was like, yeah, I seen the y'all text messages between chicks. I didn't look like I don't looked him on Facebook and everything. Devontae is a good looking man. He was like, did y'all have sex? I said no. So I told him we didn't have sex. Y'all, the man went on like a 3-day crime binge. I was over there. I had to look at him in the face, and he was like, "Look, just give me some time." I said, "If you want to break up, we can." I said, "Cause I do apologize." I said I was having an intense conversation, but I was so fucking stressed out. I'm dealing with all that stuff, not making no excuse. Cause when you're wrong, you're fucking wrong. But hey, it was what the fuck it was. Hey, somebody was giving me a lot of compliments. My ex wasn't the biggest. He would compliment, but he wasn't the biggest compliment. Like, he would tell me I look nice on something cute, but Don, I was fucking with Devontae before I met my ex, and I'm glad my ex did catch it because I might would have made a mistake. No lie, I'm human. It was my fault. So I had to look him crying on the couch singing music. Y'all, this nigga had on earphones one day and was singing like this. One break my heart. I mean, tears going down like, look, dog, we ain't like we fucking fuck. Damn, we just had a couple of text messages talking kinky and talking, but I understand, he's sensitive to me. That probably hurt him to his core. He told me I was loving his life. All things that I did for him. He didn't think as cute as he was that I would be flirting with somebody on the low, and I was. He called it. Huh? I don't know if he got over it, but in a week's time, he was back to normal. He started having sex again. So, towards the end, the sex was not good no more, y'all. Like, I just really wasn't getting hard. Anytime you with a good looking man, you're not getting hard. That's a fucking problem. That's like being with a beautiful woman with a nice body, you're not getting hard. I just wasn't getting hard no more. I had to ask for sex. We had sex once a week. I like to fuck. I have been freaked by some of the most freakiest men around this country. I've had all types of weird ass, nasty ass, perverted ass sex. So my thing is, I can deal with it not being bad. I talked to y'all about that in my last video, but you can give me the shit on a consistent basis. Everything I'm doing for you, nigga, you gotta have the candles lit. He would cook for me, but you gotta have the candles lit, bath water ran, all that bullshit when I come to fucking the house. I got to do too much for you to act like sex is a chore. And then when we have sex, he has to be grunt like I was hurting him. Like, nigga, you ain't fucking flexible. What the fuck? Pick me up and throw that ass up on the dresser. Bend them legs up like a motherfucking press. So that's the shit I like right there. See, he's not with that. So he wasn't the most flexible man, Jesus. So sex was not panning out good. So then his son and him started getting along back again. They started getting along. Long story short, his son basically flunked out of school. My nephew did too. A lot of the kids these days, when they go to school, they flunk out, they'll go back again. So he said, Stephen, my son's gonna be moving back with me. Right then I said, oh, this ain't gonna work out. I said, we ain't gonna be together long. I knew that then. I said, we're not gonna be together long. Because one thing, I don't want to tell too much of his business, because some of that shit is his personal business. But long story short, him and his son really didn't get along because he had a best friend back in Cleveland. Long story short, I think the best friend tried to mess around with the son, and he might have messed around with the best friend years ago when they first met. It's just sons and fathers with being gay. That's some interesting shit. That's all I got to say. This shit is very interesting. This shit is some interesting type of shit. So I'm just looking like y'all are kind of competitive with each other on the low. It's really was one thing. Like y'all, some competitive father and son. So the son came back to live. He was like, "Look, I don't want you to do nothing but go to school." The son really was halfway going to school. Then a friend of mine, well, not a friend of mine, an associate of mine that I kind of grew up with in the lifestyle, kind of I went to high school with. He was like, "Look," he said, "Lil Chuck really lies a whole lot." He said, "I don't understand him." He said, "He shuts down. We try to tell him the truth and try to have interventions with him." I said, "His father do the same thing." I said, "They have a pathology with not knowing how to communicate and kind of unproductive behavior." I said, but his father's just not getting himself together at almost 40 years old. I said, by him being younger, I said, his son probably is the youngest version of who the fuck he used to be. So the guy telling me about, he was having like a lot of random dates, a lot of random hookups, not using protection, shit like that. And I tried to go back and tell Chuck, I said, well, Chuck, I don't know which one was not. I said, but you do know this person that I grew up with. He told me some things about your son, and you might want to look into some of it. Whatever you think fits for your son's personality. I went down and told him everything that the guy told me. And he said, well, I don't want to hear nothing nobody got to say about my son because by him being me and your age, I don't feel like he should have mentored my son because I feel like he probably slept with my son. I said, I probably believe he did too. No shade. I think he probably slept with your son too. Because the guy that was his mentor was basically a cheerleader coach for Smith High School. The guy was a cheerleader when I was in high school. And he was, and even his son said one time, his son told my ex sister, he said, I wish that they would just adopt me. Because the guy and his husband was showing him more attention than his father did, emotional wise concerned. And I believe he was having threesomes with him on the low too. Pure fact. I think they really was fucking there, but which was wrong. And I asked the guy there on the phone, I said, Troy, I said, I don't know. I said, but have you had any type of intimacy with Lil Chuck? He didn't say nothing on the phone. I said, yeah, you a fucked up individual. A lot of fucked up gay people like that. But even though in all his wrongness, he did make some key points about his son. And some of the shit I believe because it sounded like shit that his father was doing. Stuff his father told me that his father has done. So I'm looking like, this ain't good. So his son moved back in. And they started doing some father stuff. I was used to, having my man to myself, but I always wanted Chuck to be closer with his son. And I always told Chuck this. I said, if me and you ever break up, if I could do one thing is bring you and your son back together. That's all I ever want y'all. I said, because I want y'all to be close to what y'all are. I said, and my work will be well done in this relationship. So him and son got back. He was like, yeah. He was like, I know you talked to me about my son. He said, me and my son, we're really starting to smoke together. I think that our relationship is starting to mend back together. And I had to tell because my ex a little bit, he did kind of in a fantasy world sometimes. I said, well, Chuck, even though you all are getting along, and I'm happy that you all are getting along, I said, y'all issues still way more deeper than smoking and damn communing over a blunt. I said, y'all still probably in the future need to go to a counselor, family counseling, and get y'all family problems worked out. I said, because the wound just don't go away because y'all find out that y'all both want to smoke weed together. So I let him have all that. So his son started inviting friends over. This is the problem I know I was gonna have with the whole relationship shit. So his son inviting young gay niggas over here. For one thing, my ex liked young gay guys. That's why he got with me. During the course of our relationship, I was 149 when my ex got with me. I was about 200 pounds when me and my ex broke up. And sometimes I wonder did that affect our sex life by me gaining weight? Because for one thing, I looked at my sex attraction pattern. In the past, my ex dated very light skinned, very skinny younger guys. And I always felt, I said, well, is he becoming more is he, and I asked him, I said, Chuck, is it bothering you I gain some weight? Because I lose some, he was like, no, I kind of like it. And he might did, but I think on another level, That ain't what he was used to. Cause my thing is, how you not used to dating thick guys and your boyfriend was skinny and he becomes thick, but everybody that you dated before him look biracial looking and skinny as a fucking twig, looking like dirty fucking Q-tips and bullshit. So my ex, he didn't want to hurt my feelings because he knew I was a real stand-up guy. He knew I really cared for him and really was no nonsense. But I'd rather him tell me the truth. I tell the truth is overrated though. He would never really tell me the full truth about shit and how he really felt. He would tell me some things he just wouldn't quite talk about. He was not an effective communicator. So he claimed it didn't bother him. But I knew. So one, it was anti-homecoming, right? He said, babe, he said, me and Lil Chuck, I know him and Sam spend a lot of time with each other. And he was messing with my alone time, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm new to all this. I'm with a man that got a son that's gay, to deal with PTSD. And he told me, I said, well, Chuck, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I said, it's anti-homecoming. This city's about to be packed. Like any Freaknik, any Pride, any CIAA weekend. No, Greensboro, North Carolina gets packed when anti-homecoming comes. So I said, well, how old are the people that y'all gonna be around? He was like, they're like 19 and 20. And I'm looking like, why are you at almost half 100 want to be around 19 and 20, 21, 22-year-old boys? And I said, well, Chuck, I'm gonna put you like this. That don't make me feel comfortable. I said, you can go ahead on and do it. I said, because it's I like you spending a long time with your son. I said, with future references going forward, I don't feel that's the most appropriate environment for a father, and no less for a man that's almost 50 years old, hanging with 21, 22, and 23-year-old younger guys. And he got offended, but he didn't argue. He was rolling his eyes and taking deep breaths. So we was talking on FaceTime. I said, Chuck, hello, Miss Lisa, how you doing? Hello. I said, well, Chuck, I don't understand why your body language is conveying that you don't want to hear what I got to say. I said, I had a best friend I was cool with before I got with you. He said he didn't want to meet you through another mutual friend told me and my ex that one of my good friends said he was interested in meeting me and my boyfriend. You told me because there were certain events that I kind of wanted to go to because my ex knew he was there. My ex didn't want me to go. I said now if I abide by your rules and by you being comfortable with me not being with my friend Hollingsworth and shit like that and not hanging around him to suit you, if I tell you that I don't feel comfortable and I didn't do it. My ex told me to feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't do the shit. But when the shoe got on the other foot, and I told him that I wasn't comfortable with him hanging out with his son, a whole bunch of gay 21, 22-year-olds, he almost with his body language acted like it was the worst thing in the world. I could have told him, see, this do as I say, not as I do. I don't go by that type of shit. Ah! Hold on, y'all. I don't fail. I'm back. I'm back, y'all. I don't fail. Oh God, Jesus. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. So we had that discussion. So right then I said we're not gonna make it. I said if we don't break up in October, I said I don't break up with him when springtime come. I just knew that's what I was gonna do. Period. I like he can't hold no job. He's behind on his bills. He still can't catch up. And my ex told me when we got together, he said I'm happy with the bare minimum. That's something else. That was one of the third things that I should have took inside my mind, into my memory bank, and I did. He said he was happy with the bare minimum. I am not. I'm not trying to be, you know, over the top, but I like nice shit. Like my ex, just like me and my ex different, right? Every car I get or I decide to buy is fully loaded. Even if I have to get an older model, I like a fully loaded car. My ex is comfortable with getting an update car with really not a lot of features. Like that's how me and him different. I like really nice big bedroom sets and shit like big ass beds, big ass furniture, big ass TVs. His bed to me was a bed that a college student would sleep in. Like we were just different when it came to certain shit. And we always talked about getting a house together, how it would be decorated. He didn't have no taste, no furniture, and design shit like that. He was really a standard, like you said, bare minimum type of guy. I was a premium plush man. We was different when it came to that, but because we were different in those areas, it made an equal balance at times. Cause we were so different, it balanced us the fuck out. I'm an extrovert. He was an introvert. He was a standard bare minimum guy. I was a plush premium guy. See, those was balancing each other out. Cause sometimes he would bring me down, and I would have to bring him back. Let y'all know we went to a cookout at my aunt's, y'all. And my ex, I don't know. It's how he was just really weird sometimes to me. Like I didn't understand his logic. I didn't. For one thing, it was a girl that was coming to the cookout, right, y'all? I didn't like the girl. She was my aunt friend. My aunt brought a brand new house. She invited everybody for 4th of July cookout. I said, y'all, when this lady come in the door, watch your plate. She steal plates. When she came in the door, my ex rolling his eyes at her, saying shit to her up under his breath, and she went to grab my little microphone like this off my little karaoke machine. And he said something to her. I had friends from work that I invited over my aunt's house. I hear them over there arguing. I'm looking like, what the fuck is going on? He like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Well, my man don't like it. I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, I'm gonna bring this shit the fuck up in my aunt's house. That's her friend. I ain't trying to upset that bitch. So she said, well, Stephen, what problem do you have with me? Can I talk to you outside? I said, sure, honey. She said, what's the issue? I said, well, it's really not my ex right to bring up. I don't like beefing with women. I don't like art. That's not the type of gay I am. I don't argue with women like that. I've never been the gay to want to fight women or argue. That ain't really my stilo. And my ex ain't a person that'll fight one, but he likes to sometimes talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, this really wasn't time or place. I said, but you did take my grandma and grandfather's plates at the last cookout. I said, they paid for all the food and they didn't have no food to take home. And you denied it, so you didn't have it. The later finding that you took their food. I said, when you came in the door, I told everybody to take their plates. I said, but it was not my ex place to address you about that shit because I'm really over it. I don't have no issue with you, honey. And that's the shit I'm talking about. He was embarrassed, like embarrassed me there, embarrassed me that New Year's. Like, he was embarrassing me and shit. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, I'm helping you. You embarrass me sometimes. You don't got the best of attitude, honey. You don't play well with others. Like, what the fuck else can I do for now? We know we don't argue all the time. And we got into maybe one, two major arguments. You are not the best person to be around all the time. So, speed this back up again. He went out with his son. He didn't know I drove through there maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. See, was they back yet? And all the lights in the apartment was out. So he called me the next day and was like, babe, I thought about what you said and I came back early. I was back at home by like 12 o'clock. No, you wasn't, because I was over your house about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So my ex, he didn't know that I would catch him in lies. But see, I would never fuck him like when he tried to go fuck with me when he would catch me in the fucking lies. See, I let some shit the fuck go. Not because I was guilty doing my own shit, because I mean, we had a lovable relationship. You know, we was always cuddling, always looking at movies. We was always laughing. Even though I'm telling y'all this bullshit, it wasn't like this all the time. It was the overall tone of the relationship that I just wasn't with sometimes. But we didn't argue all the time. We wasn't that kind. So, what happened? After that happened, he went to my phone one day, and I fucked up. Y'all ain't gonna lie, I did fuck up. I fucked up like a motherfucker. It was a picture somebody had sent me of my ex. Rewind back. When I first got with my ex was like, look, I know you got a lot of hoes. You need to let all the bitches know that you got a man and that you need to go about they need to go about their goddamn business. Because if you don't tell them, I'm gonna get on the phone and I'm gonna tell them. So one of the hoes got mad at me. I was fucking when they told me fuck you, fuck me. They came over to my house, tried to create a problem. And by me being a little bit, get back, I said, this is a picture of my man compared to how the fuck you look, ho. See, that was my fault. I was bragging. But see what happened when you brag? Shit don't work out in the fucking end. So I sent a little naked picture of my man, which I should not have did. But I was, that was when I first got in a relationship. I don't think I knew no better, not really. I kind of knew better, but I didn't know no fucking better. So this guy that I'm acquaintance with, he said, this is a picture of your man. I was like, yeah, how you get that? He was like, Matthew. I said, yeah, I used to fuck with Matthew. But Matthew got mad at me when I got with my ex. He's like, oh, he sent it to me. So I went to the bathroom. My ex found the picture of my goddamn phone. He's like, are you sending naked pictures of me to people? I said, no, I'm not. I said, but somebody sent me the picture of you. I told him the story about how I sent the picture off of him when I first got with a guy because I was being shisty and messy. And I said, I'm really sorry. So that just created a whole another fucking problem we had to deal with. He wasn't talking, had an attitude, was crying all over again. I said, this is the most cryingest man I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I said, well, I'm sorry. I said, if you want to break up with me, I totally understand. I said, I really am sorry. I said, it's a mistake I made. I ain't got no excuse for it. I should not have fucking did it. So, but he also seen some flirting in my phone too with somebody else. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Tell you the truth. I had cheated on my ex though. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I cheated with somebody. I never told him that I did, but I did cheat on him because and I hooked up with a freak. That was the fuck. I fucked around with a freaking chocolate man. They had a nice body, girl. That man set my soul on fire. Honey, about drained me dry one day. I was up in this fucking bed. I think my ex was at work or something on third shift. But on the law, I knew my ex was fucking around on me too. But I was cool with it. As long as I ain't really, it wasn't no strong. Because me and my ex were together 80% of the time. So if he did do something, it was real quick and vague. I was like, what the fuck? Shit, I don't give a fuck. And by that time, like I said, I wasn't getting hard no more when my ex would have sex. And he's a beautiful man with a nice body as well. I do like men with nice bodies. I ain't like that no more. I learned to be less vain because up the road is eternal gain. Hallelujah. And thank you for saving me. So, but my ex wasn't no fool. I think he felt I had cheated though. It was never no proof in my phone that I had cheated because I won't have that shit out there. But he felt in his spirit through my conversation, love flirty conversation, and he was really offended by that picture. But I was asking like, why was he so offended by the picture of which I can't tell nobody what to be offended over. When it's videos of my ex on YouTube butt naked, because my ex used to do sex siren. If you all know what gay balls are, you can go on YouTube and put in ball sex siren. That's my ex used to walk. He used to walk sometimes naked. So I'm looking like, when you get upset by this picture, but it's to the whole world to see on YouTube of you naked walking down the runway. I just didn't get it. So along with all of that, and then I felt like with my ex, sometimes we would go out, and I felt like my ex wanted to seem like a single man. He would always say stuff like, "Why everybody got to know that you gay? People that go around telling people that they straight." But even his sister told me he had never had a coming out story to his parents. He's never really told his mama and sister that he was gay. They know that he gay because they introduced me to him, but he's never really had the first. And I asked my ex one time. I said, "When did you first know that you were gay?" He told me he couldn't remember. And his sister told me she felt like he still had an identity problem. I think because he had an identity problem, I think he had an issue with his son because his son was more feminine gay than he was. My ex had a whole lot of issues wrapped up in one. He had a lot of issues and self confidence problems that I had thought I had got away from. I would tell you, when you with somebody that's dealing with depression and having type of issues, that shit would unconsciously rub the fuck off on you whether you wanted to or not. Because like I used to tell my ex, this shit does not happen to you, motherfucker. It's happening to me too. You don't get that. I'm going through this shit with you, through this depression, through this you want to stay in the bed and get high all day and eat snacks. You got the munchies. I'm going through all this shit with you, man. I'm not used to this type of life. I go to work. I've always worked. I've always enjoyed working. I always worked more than one job. I have a business. I've always wanted to be out in public. You the one that like he always told me he like to be in his bed clothes. He like to keep house. He wants to basically be a woman. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't the man to let no man be no woman. Because as long as you with me and you a man, your ass is gonna work as hard as me, or almost as hard as me. If I'm out here working 2 jobs back to back, you can at least work bitch 1.5. If not, you need to work your one job, make sure that one job is paying you enough money where your ass can save and have a little bit of nest in the bank. And I just felt like too that my ex felt like my popularity in Greensboro overshadowed him sometimes because everybody know me here. It is in every city and state there is a gay person that everybody knows that's well respected. In Greensboro, a lot of the gays in this area move away. I'm the one that stayed. I never felt like I wanted to move. Never felt like I had to move. I always did well here in Greensboro. Catching a felony and all, I've always had a good job to pay me good money. I've never had the issues that most felons deal with my adversities and having to overcome being gay, being felon, being a black. I've always done good through the city because it ain't about what you know, it's who the fuck you know. I know everybody throughout this city. If anybody try anything on me, it's gonna be a million legions and vampires coming out the fucking corner on your ass on every part of this city, motherfucker. Because I was born and raised in this motherfucker. My father was a musician and my mother was a varsity cheerleader. My mom and dad threw some of the biggest parts throughout this city in the 80s and the fucking 90s. So motherfuckers know who the fuck I am. They know I'm my mama and my daddy's child. I don't think I'm very popular as far as when I was in school, because I got picked on too. But people always knew me, always dressed nice, always had a nice car. Even when I was in high school, my mama kept me up the fuck apart. This is how it was. And, I'm like this. Even with this YouTube shit. All my social media combined together, I have a good following. When it comes to Instagram, Twitter, I have 2 groups. One is called Thick Boy Rocks. We has almost 8,000 members. My business group, Bubbles and Pups, has over 1,000. I do good when it comes to being a social networking individual and being a mogul. I'm okay. I had to self teach myself a lot of shit. I'm still teaching myself shit now. I do well when it's all combined together. But my ex, but see, things I want to do, I do them. Even if I don't do them all at 100%, I still do the things that I'm invested in doing or want to do. My ex was the kind of person that talked about, he always wanted to be an actor. He told me that, babe, I'm going to get this good job. I'm going to get back into, I want to do acting and you're going to travel with. He was a visionary with no strong work ethic behind being a visionary. That's who my grandfather was. That's who my father was. I knew that was kind of man I didn't want to be with because I like people with your thoughts. Put some of the bitches to fuck the work. Don't keep on talking a good game, them pipe dreams about you want to be an actor, but you ain't taking no acting classes. You want to be a model, but you ain't going to know. Like, I don't like people. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. So long story short, we decided to break the fuck up. He said, I want to take you out to dinner before you break up. But I knew we was breaking up anyway because he had threw some of my shit away that was in the house. That had under his bed, he threw the shit away. So I said, I guess we're gonna fucking break up. He throwing some of my shit away in the trash can. It was damn his shit, but it still was mine. I said, I guess he cleaned out his life, doing his spring cleaning. He doing all his purifying, sage and shit. I guess purify himself from me, which he need to purify himself from himself. Because he's his worst self, worst critic and demon. So, he was doing all that sage and girl, trying to be purified for what? I don't know, child. But he was doing all that extra shit. And I was looking at him, girl. I said, oh, we gonna break up anyway. So he took me out to eat. It was a great dinner. It was very nice, very relaxed. He was really high when we went to dinner. Because I feel like even when we went out to clubs sometimes, even having to be around my family events, he had to get really high just to be overly social. He could not be social. He had a lot of productive and unproductive challenges and shit. He was socially handicapped. He had PTSD and anxiety, and he was not comfortable with being gay. He had a lot of issues, more than what I thought initially when I got with him. But I can say he was honest about a lot of stuff about who he was. He never lied and say he didn't want who he was. And he would come to agreement with the shit that he would do. But he couldn't stop still doing some of the shit he had going on. He ain't never cussed me out like that. He ain't never dogged me out. He never tried to fight me. That we was cool with. He would hold a job, but his sister told me, his sister said, I'm teaching about my brother. She said, he's never been on a job more than a year or two. She said, that's why I want to approve him to come to the hospital where I'm at, try to get him on. She said, because he's not consistent. I said, well, I do see that now, sis. Everything that you're talking about, I'm seeing. And if you ever want to know how a man is, talk to their mama, their sister, somebody like that. Their brother. They'll tell you who they ass really. The brothers always probably going to have the other brother back. But the sisters and the mamas will tell that shit. And I had a conversation with his sister and his mama. But to his demise, his mama was just like him when it come to have like a nasty attitude and kind of borderline like moody. His mama was like that. He hadn't seen his father since his father was from Chicago, like my father was from Chicago. That's something we had in common. We had similar unconscious ways because our fathers were from the same part of the country. You know what I'm saying? But my ex was probably just like his father. His father probably did with a lot of mental illness because his father tried to burn his mom up in the house. Like, he had a lot going on. Chuck never knew his father that well. He last knew his father when he was 5 or 6 years old. He didn't get along with his mother. He don't get along with his son. And I said, you see the pathology going on. Ayanna Van Zandt always tells you about pathology. Pathology and unconscious behavior can ruin your life. I understand all my unconscious behavior. It be fucked up, but it just be what the fuck is gonna be. My ex wanted to be this. He was so tormented about his childhood when he finally came into his own, and he was a sex siren, nice body. He was light brown skin. Everybody loved him. He wanted to stay there. And anything that remotely reminded him about when he was picked on, when he had buck teeth, or when anybody criticized him, when anything that reminded him of his childhood, it fucked up his life. He can't take it. He's crying. He's having anxiety. He's having a meltdown. And it's bad when your mind state is in that type of mentality. Because you would never really go nowhere. You will always be stagnant and do an even play all the way across. My homegirl said she seen him the other week. And that now he working at the Dollar Tree. Don't judge, Stephanie. Don't judge. She said he working at the Dollar Tree. He supervised the Dollar Tree around the corner from her. And I'm looking like, You 40 years old, working at Dollar Tree. Hey, he could have more than one job. I don't know. And I'm gonna get y'all rich. Chuck is not a bad person. Even though I'm talking about all these faults, he's decently a good person. Like he ain't, he just got identity problems and he don't know how to get along with other people. Not as far as work environment and shit like that, and his family. He don't get along with people that well. But she said he working at the Dollar Tree. She said he looks very happy. She said he looks like he's just living his best life right now. She said his son moved back to Cleveland. And no shade, I feel like his son probably moved back to Cleveland because him and his son probably got into it over a nigga. I don't want to bet that. But it's a strong possibility him and his son probably was standing there and they probably got into it about a nigga. Something happened, they don't fuck the same person. That's why you don't, when you gay, you don't hang around with your kids like that. Girl, talk about it. Talk about it, Jaquan. Girl, that's a hot mess. But see, unlike MJ, I'm giving you some real shit. Me and my ex was together for 3 years almost. During that time, it was an interesting ride. You know what I'm saying? But she told me that he told her that his son don't live when his son lived back in Cleveland. Well, I felt like his son needed to go anywhere because I felt like his son loved and had more passion for his mother's people than he did his father's people. Even though his father's mother and his father's sister stay here, his father, he was really brought up by his mother and his mother's mother. And I felt like Chuck took him from his mother's mother because he didn't want to pay child support. And because he Chuck all about saving money and doing things to benefit himself. Remember, he told me how he was selfish now. And I felt like he took that child from them people, and I felt like his son resented him from taking him from his grandmother. And he also resented his father for his mother dying, but that's not his father's fault. That's not his father's fault his mother died. That was a natural life cause thing. She got sick, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like to this day, he had animosity towards his father. Chuck got animosity with his mother. They all need a damn what you call it? They need a family counsel. They need an intervention, a family intervention, because they got it bad. And for one thing, Chuck's scared to confront his mama with certain stuff that's been done to him. And his son won't really approach him with the shit that he done to him. See where that line of communication get broke. See, when you got issues like that, you never be a good wife, a good husband. You'll be decent, and you'll be like a leaf. You'll hang on for a little while, but you'll soon blow off when the season change. And I try to tell y'all, for anybody, even myself, I got father issues. I'm not exempt. I'm working on getting counseling the next month. I ain't, even though I think I'm a decent person, and everybody tell me how good of a person I am, how much of a good friend I am. For one thing, 80%, 90% of these guys will not be good boyfriends to other men because they have not been brought up and conditioned to be a boyfriend to nobody. You can't grow up always being taught to be partnered with women and all of a sudden be a good boyfriend to somebody. That ain't how life works. You know what I'm saying? Gay black men had it rough because of the single black family epidemic and the broken lines of communication. That's even within straight heterosexual lifestyle. These guys have challenges because they never see nobody love their goddamn mama. When you ain't see nobody love the goddamn mama, and when you gay and your parents ain't put you in situations and did outreach to get you a mentor or something, you're gonna have these kind of issues. Chuck, he like you say, boo. Unfortunately, he just did not have good effective communication skills. He was semi scared of people. You know what I'm saying? Even though if you introduced to him, you initially wouldn't think he had no problem. He was introduced himself. Hey, how you doing? He might ask you a couple of questions. But every time he would come over to my family's house to a family event, my family would always say, "Well, when I be looking at Chuck, like he having a good time." But then he goes to this type of state where he stopped talking. He starts staring off into space, and he would tell me because he wished that's how his family was. But none of Chuck and his sisters have stepped up and really been the leader in their family to say, we fucked up, we need to solve this, we need to talk about this. When Chuck sister and mama want to talk, Chuck don't want to talk. When Chuck want to talk, his mama don't want to talk. It's always something with them. I would think gay black men would be able to. You would think so, but it's not necessarily the case because I tell people, let's forget about being gay. What they did with public assistance has almost ruined the black family in a way. They kicked the man out the house. A man's relationship with his father is very important. I'm gonna let you know that. Even when it's not none, sometimes it's better not to have none if you have to deal with a dysfunctional parent. It's important to have an agreement on the relationship, or something has to be concrete, because when a man has unknowingly or toxic relationship with, and I got toxic relationship with my father. I'm telling you what it affects me. Okay, we're gonna talk about me now. How it affects me with not having a good relationship with my father is my father was so violent, sometimes towards me, but most towards his girlfriends and shit, and towards my grandma and them, when we get drunk and hide in the Cooter Brown, that anytime a man approaches me and raises his voice or acting like he wants to do something to me, I will act outrageously violent towards him. Because I'm not gonna let no man, and that's gay or straight, I'm not gonna let no man bully me, talk shit to me, talk down to me, out here disrespecting me in public. You won't do that to me. I don't play that nobody. I'm not scared to go in the barbershop and let them people know they want to talk about gay people. Don't talk about that shit in front of me, because motherfucker, I'm uncomfortable. And I'm not going to hear it. And it's offending the fuck me. My barber knows to go tell people, don't talk. My barber respects me, honey. My ex told me one time, they talking about gay people in the barbershop. He was scared to speak out. See, that's the type of shit I had to deal with. But because he had those type of reservations and was scared to speak out, it was no way he could have been a man to me with those type of issues. See, I'm when it comes to being a man, speaking up and honestly getting ready to mandate some shit and pound my fist down, I was more of a man than my ex was. When it comes to being an aggressive man, I was more aggressive than he was, even though he tried to pretend and put on. He was a scared individual, and he'd defend himself. Now he would speak out when you get on his nerves too bad. But me, I'm vocal. I speak out. I confront you about some shit I don't like. But I let some shit slide though too. But when I really am offended about some shit, you will know it. My nail techs, my barbers all know the fuck to respect me. Don't have nobody around looking at me funny, rolling their eyes at me, turn their nose up at me, because I'm gonna let you know that's what the fuck they did to me. But see, I'm a man. As a man, I demand respect, because motherfucker, I'm gonna give it. Girl, thank you so much, Brown Sugar Tree. You know, I mean, and my thing is, I won't. This is how true love is. I had a shiesty ass friend. We went out for he was acquaintance. We went out for hookah the other day. And he went to go tell this long story about when we went to the mountains about 6 years ago, how I messed around with a guy that he brought with him. For one thing, my ex was an Aquarius. I'm a Libra. My ex went this, I mean, my associate went this whole spiel about how an Aquarius is do this the same, women and men. I got a lot of my best friends are Aquarius. No shade. My acquaintance went to this spiel about how I was, how this guy that he was interested in. We went on this mountain trip, how we kissed and stuff. I said, "Girl, you gonna wait 6 years to go talk about this shit? You didn't bring up this shit a day, a month, or a year after we went to the mountains. It's like 6 years ago." I said, "Well, I'm gonna let you know the truth, girl. Your friend, y'all went claiming each other, came to the bathroom on me when we was in the mountains, and he kissed me, and I kissed him for a while. And I had two friends that I came there with. We had a big threesome. That's another story. I said, but I told him we need to stop. I stopped it, not your friend. I did, but y'all was acting like y'all wasn't together. See what gets you in trouble when there ain't good communication, and when you don't try to claim the motherfucker that you with. Somebody been swamped over on that, but I'm not that type of prostitute, slow or hoe. I ain't trying to sleep with nobody, man. So I say, even though they not claiming each other, apparently these niggas are fucking in the cabin. So I'm not going to fuck with him. Then my associate goes and tell me 5 minutes later, well, I'm gonna let you know something, Stephen. We had a sex card game party, and your ex came by Chuck, and I went out there and told him, look, I don't want Stephen mad with me, and I just feel like you need to leave out of respect for Stephen. I said, girl, let me just stop you. I said, thank you if that's what happened, because you could very well be lying to me. He could have very well went there and fucked all y'all. I said, I don't own Chuck. That's what the gays and the women need to realize. I don't own Chuck. When me and Chuck decide to part ways, that man can fuck anybody he wants to. Whether he want to fuck you or a whole army, a baseball team, a basketball team, a swim team full of niggas or hoes. I said he can. I said I want Chuck to be happy without me. That's true love, y'all. That's true love. I said I want Chuck to be happy without me, whatever that entails, because he deals with a lot of things mentally. I said so I want him to live his best life and be happy on the accord that he can be happy in. I said, so, and I went back to laughing, having a good time. But see, that's when somebody trying to pull you out of character. They want to affect your emotions. You would have affected me at 29, 25. maybe even 30, 31. But at 35, that associate of mine was not going to control me to tell me about my ex going over there and possibly having a card game and fucking people. I don't give a fuck. I don't own. That's why I don't get violent with people in general. And that you violent with the fuck me because I don't own nobody. I'm not going to try to be an aggressor on that accord. Where I'm going to fight you and argue you down to the ground to have you explain my point of view and explain it. You make me feel the fuck uncomfortable. I'm not. I'm not gonna have that type of control over nobody. I'm gonna let you know one time. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna spell it. That's gonna be it. And then I can do past that. I don't know if my ex still follow me on this channel. He may. If he see this, he might be mad, girl. Because I mean, he might feel like I'm telling too much of his business. But it became my story when I had to deal with you. And my subscribers have asked me about that breakup story because it happened a year and a half ago. They went to see this man with me because he was with me when I started my channel. He was with me. He was the one motivating me to keep on doing this shit, keep on doing this change when I didn't fucking want to do it. He was my motivation. And people want to know what the fuck happened. And I think a year and a half, almost 2 years coming up is enough time where I can talk about it and tell my part, the fucked up shit I did, and talk about what the fuck you was having issues with. You're not a bad person, honey. You gonna succeed in life. You just have to be. You can't let your fantasies and your delusions and your illusions compromise your fucking reality. And that's what my ex did. He let his fantasies on the low colorism, on the low body shaming, toxic masculinity, that shapes and forms his reality unconsciously, but he don't realize that. And it it compromises his reality because he feel as though he don't go through life a certain type of way, and I don't feel his outcome is going to be his illusion and delusion. I feel like it's going to be what it's going to be with the amount of effort that he puts in his life. That's what it's going to be. Well, you all, I enjoyed this time with you all. I was very transparent. And I told you all how true relationships work between guys. And I wasn't trying to make myself look good. And I wasn't trying to make him look bad. He's an okay person. Like I'm an okay person. Like, I'm an okay individual as well. And we both trying to get through life the best we know how to get through life with the tools that we were given by our parents, by the tools that they were given, which were not many. Let me let you know that we don't have many tools to work with. We gotta buy tools, unfortunately, because we don't have tools in place. And outside of that goes even towards the heterosexual black relationships. I see a lot of situations where I feel like black men and black women don't even know their place with each other. They scared to show affection. Black guys always want to be big dick and big ass. I never seen so many black women and so many gay black men still trying to prove in 2020 they the baddest bitch. You're gonna be the baddest bitch single at 60 with nobody fucking take care of your ass. You're gonna be lonely because you still trying to be the baddest bitch at 60 years old, at 50 years old. You just need to go ahead and be the best carbon copy of you can be and learn how to be vulnerable and let down some of those walls and identify with your issues and how you can get better. Just don't talk about it. Somebody actually would talk about it and identify them, but he really wasn't trying to fix them. He told me he got tired of going to the therapist, why he stopped going. And I seen improvement while he was going to therapy. But he got tired of talking about the same thing over again. A therapist's job is to have you talk about the situation over and over again so that you clearly understand and identify the issues and the problems that you're having. That's the fucking therapist's job. Let that bitch do her job. Damn. Well, you all, I got to go. It's been nice talking to y'all. And everything that I talk about is an example of being good to people in this lifetime, baby. Because what goes up must come down, and what goes around do come back around. And one day the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Hello. Bye, nickel.